Hello there. Welcome to this practice. It's a practice for when you're feeling exhausted, fatigued, tired, maybe run down. It's a short practice and we're only going to do 3 poses. That's it. So for this setup, you will need either a chair or a wall where you can put your legs up in Viparita-Karani. The other thing that might be really nice is to have a couple of blocks, some bolsters, blankets, supports, pillows. We are going to start this practice by getting nice and close to either our chair or our wall. And all we're going to do here is put our legs up onto the chair, or your legs can be straight up the wall. This is Viparita-Karani, and it's a beautiful way of resting your legs. Like if you're used to being on your feet quite a bit, this is an amazing go-to posture that you could do every day, even for 5 minutes. So let's take a moment to set ourselves up. If you want to pause the video and get yourself set up in your version of Viparita-Karani. And as you arrive here in this practice, let your body drop down into support. For the first few moments, let your breath be completely natural without any form of breath control whatsoever. And get a sense of your body dropping down into ground, into the wall, into the chair. Wriggle around as much as you need to. So you might kind of want to tuck your shoulder blades in, adjust your arms, your legs, maybe even your sacrum and your pelvis. Maybe you're closing your eyes already. And maybe you've got your eyes wide open. Either or is absolutely fine. You may like to, at this moment, place your hands on your tummy. And as you breathe in, feel your belly rising up toward your hands. And as you breathe out, feel your hands and your belly lower toward the ground. And continue in this way, breathing into your belly. And as you exhale, you might exhale out of your mouth or out of your nose. And begin to settle in, continuing to breathe, continuing to soften into support. And begin to turn your attention to recognizing how you feel. Recognizing that you feel exhausted or tired. And maybe take a moment to give thanks to your body and your mind for recognizing how fatigued you're feeling. And maybe congratulate yourself for allowing some time to rest and recuperate. Breathing into your hands and into your belly. Breathing out into ground, knowing the earth has got you. Mother Earth is holding you here. Letting you heal, letting you rest. If you're feeling quite cold, you might have an extra blanket close by. And you might even need to pause and make sure your feet are warm. And in this position, you may even like an eye pillow. Listen to your breath now. And let the sound of your own body breathing lull you into healing and letting go. You might like to count your breath, maybe breathing in for a count of 3 or 4 or 5, and then breathing out for the same count. And then one more breath right here, breathing in through your nostrils. And exhaling out of your mouth. Knowing that you can stay here for an extended period of time if you would like to. And if you're ready, you could begin to wriggle your toes and your fingers. Maybe fluttering your eyelids open. And then really slowly galvanize and roll to one side. And then just pause. So just take a moment to pause. And then use your top hand to press you up to a seated position. Okay, so let's move on to the next posture. And for the next posture, we don't need the chair or the wall. So I'm just going to push that away for now. And you'll notice that I've got a blanket down already. And I'm going to pop my bolster up one end of my mat. And I'm going to place my pillow at the end. So that's where my head is going to go. Now, one thing to be aware of when we're doing supine Baddha Konasana, so Supta Baddha Konasana is a posture where we're laying over the bolster and we're opening and broadening through the chest. If you need a little more height, what you could possibly do is grab another bolster or a block and pop that underneath. So that gives your your head a little more height. That can be really helpful if you've got a snuffly nose. And then maybe having 2 blocks. So the blocks could be helpful in supporting the outside edges of our thighs, just so we're not dropping into ligaments and tissues in the outer edges of the hips. Be mindful of not getting too close to that bolster, especially if you've got lower back issues. Soles of the feet together, knees out to the sides, and then lay down onto these bolsters. And if you don't have bolsters, you could roll up some blankets. For sure, 3 or 4 folded or rolled up blankets can serve beautifully as bolsters themselves. And so this posture is beautiful for opening up the hips. It's amazing for opening and broadening the chest, but also for supporting us when we're feeling tired and exhausted. So taking a moment here to settle in, noticing if there's any way that you could adjust your body to kind of receive the support a little more easily, and then drop right back into that breathing pattern again. Maybe breathing in for 3, 4 or 5. And then maybe seeing if you can exhale for a little bit longer this time. Softening through the jaws and the eyes. Giving yourself permission to rest deeply in this moment. Letting go, letting go, letting go. And if a mantra works well for you, especially in focusing and steering the mind, you might like to repeat very softly, very gently, I heal now, or I now heal. I restore my body to radiance. Just feel into the words that are truthful and right for you. And feel your mantra echoing through the pathways, the corridors, the rooms of your body and your mind. Let the mantra drop in like a pebble dropping into water and rippling out into your bones, your tissues, your organs. Nothing that you need to do right now. letting yourself be. Letting the bolster and the blocks hold you. Letting the intelligence of this resting body take over. And a few more breaths here. Focusing your attention on the out-breath. Letting it lengthen and widen. Dropping you into a deep sense of being. And so again, you could pause the video and stay in supine butterfly for as long as feels good to you. And if you're ready to move on, we're going to move into our third and final rejuvenating posture. So wriggling your fingers a little, grounding one foot and then the other foot, releasing your sacrum, and then softly rolling to one side as you remove your blocks. So you might roll and come into a side lying posture. Taking your time to arise. And then when you are ready, we're going to come into our last posture, which is Shavasana. So in order to practice our Shavasana, you might like to have a cushion. You might even like 2 bolsters. I'm just going to use one. And so the bolster comes underneath either the back of the knees or the backs of the thighs. You can have a cushion or not, whatever your preference is. Normally I don't, but sometimes it's nice. It's nice to have some support, especially when we're not feeling well. And so traditional Shavasana position, feet and arms equidistant from the body. Untucking your tail if that feels good to you. So you could plant your feet, gently release the back of the pelvis down onto the ground. You might like to tuck your shoulder blades in and under. You may like to cover your eyes with an eye pillow. Very gently bring your attention to your breathing. Letting your breath once more be natural and easy. Softening your tongue, your skull, your facial features. Letting your whole body simply release down into your mat, your bolster, your pillow. I breathe in. I breathe out. That is all. Nothing to do. Nowhere to go. Each time you breathe out, let your body spread down and out into ground, letting the hand of the Earth Mother hold, support and heal you. Whole body breathing, whole body healing. Fully present with all that is. Stay here for as long as feels true and right for you in this moment. I wish you healing and radiance and good health. I hope you feel better soon. Namaste.